Hello, my name is Kevin Risse, and I'm with Risse Racing Technology here in Redmond, Oregon, and we manufacture bicycle components, suspension shocks and forks. And we also do electric bikes and other bicycle and aircraft parts. So on a bike like this, we actually make the frame, the fork, and the rear shock. All these parts are machined out of billet aluminum, stainless steel, and it's a lot of chips, but it's very lightweight in the end. So we use CNC machinery to manufacture the parts. So we start with big chunks of aluminum and machine away until they're nice and lightweight for the bike. And here's some other examples of like some of the parts that are machined. So this part here would have started as a big solid bar of aluminum, and these are all little parts that get machined. And then these are some of the forks that we do that for different fat tire bikes, 26 inch, 27.5. And then we also sell seals and service. So we will rebuild someone's Fox, RockShox, RST fork, whatever needs a servicing and oil and seals. So here's another bike that's got our shock on it and a fork. And then over here, this is a bike that we made. This is an electric assist bike. And on this one here, everything's machined here in Redmond. Turn this on. And so it's pedal assist, so you pedal and then it kicks in. If you back pedal, it regen brakes. So it makes you feel like Superman going up the hill. And once again, everything's machined here, welded, fabricated. So this has a fork that we make specifically for electric bikes. So it's very heavy duty for the extra weight and power that's in the e-bikes. All right, so now we'll take you out into the assembly service area in the shop. So here we've got a shock that's been taken apart, and he's working on rebuilding and servicing it. And then we also have a fork, that's a RockShox fork, that he's replacing some of the parts to get it like new again. So over here, here's some of the different shop bikes and demo bikes. Some of these are kind of vintage things that I like to just kind of hang on to that are from the 90s and stuff. And then you have a new bike here that's all carbon fiber. Customer local brought this in, and we're replacing seals and getting the back shock to work again. And then these are just some other parts that are going together on a shock. This is an air shock model here that consists of machine bodies and shafts and other internal parts. Then this is part of a coil spring shock here. So in this one, there's quite a few parts that still have to go together, but it will have, parts threading together, internal pistons that control the oil flow, knobs that make adjustments, lots of little parts to it so that it works very precisely for the damping and the suspension movement in the shocks. All right, now we're going into the machine shop area. So here's where we'd start with some bars of aluminum, and then we make the parts here. This is a shaft of the shock. There's some other shock bodies. And on the machine here, it's fully programmable, so it can control different tools. It's got a little arm so you can touch off the tools. All right. And this machine has a bar loader, so it actually will load a bar of material. So if we're doing a large quantity of parts, it just runs automatically. And here's a little bigger machine for some of the other parts. And once again, different tools come up, and when it's running, there's going to be coolant that flows to cool the chips and the part. So we'll walk over here to the horizontal milling machine. So right now we're setting up for triple clamp. And this is the part when it ends up finished, it's for a fork, so it has some bores and threaded tapped holes for the clamps and stuff. So this starts with just a bar of aluminum and machines it away. This machine has a rotary axis, so it will rotate the part, so you can do machining from the side also. And it's going to finish with this tool in a second, and I can show you how that rotates. So it can rotate all the way 180 or 360 degrees. We have multiple vices set up, so you can run a number of different jobs. And then it's going to automatically probe that part. We couldn't do what we do without having this type of technology. To make a part that's very accurate and precise in large quantities, or one piece at a time, and customizing it. The computerized machine allows us to go from a drawing, write code to it, send it to it, make a few changes. So it allows us to do what we do. There's no way we can, we do have manual machines here, old Bridgeport, but that's just for making one part at a time. So we moved up to Redmond, Oregon back in 2009 and first met Redmond. We knew of Redmond from other companies up here, Lancer in particular, and John Stark showed us around, showed us the area and the different infrastructure companies and stuff here, and has been a very valuable resource for different suppliers and in the move. As far as the Redmond Economic Development, we've used their resources for hiring employees and guidance on work source and stuff like that. So thank you very much for coming along with us on the tour of Risse Racing. I'd like to thank Reddy for the opportunity to show you folks our facility and what we do here in Redmond, Oregon. Thank you.